coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Gunshots is back, you heard? Let's get it, let's go, man. Big love to everybody who followed the movement, man. Everybody who followed the platform. Let's go, let's do it, man. Let's run this thing up. Let's get this meet and greet. You dig? Let's make 2026 our biggest year, man. If you've been rocking with me, I got mad love for you. If it was yesterday or day one or anything in between, salute. If you got the membership, you already know what it is. Fire over there. If you ain't got it, I don't know what you're doing. You're slipping on your pimping, you heard? Let's go, man. Let's get it. Listen, man. This is one of these things where young people in the penitentiary have to learn how to take heed, how to pay attention, man, how to notice when there's danger, Real Robinson, danger. I remember being on the farm, man. I don't even know if I ever spoke about old dude before, man. But I heard he passed away, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to Bozo, man. Bozo was a real live gangster, man. And the crazy thing about it, Bozo was a big, light-skinned, you know, high yellow gangster, man, with good old, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Bozo had to be mixed. I don't, you know, that ain't nothing you be, but he had to be mixed because he had straight hair. You know what I'm saying? Big old light-skinned joker, right? And Bozo, for the most part, man, was a good dude, man. Definitely was a hustler. Definitely was a dude that liked to, you know, get his party on. You dig? If you know, you know. But he was known. He was already known. When I came on the farm, Bozo had been there for years, probably decades. Everybody knew Bozo. He always had a little hustle going on. I think he worked over in the tag shop, and he just had his hustle going on. He was a gangster. I mean, you know, he was a real life gangster. I think he was from the R too. But Bozo was a gangster, man, for all intents and purposes. He had he wasn't no muscle dude or nothing like that, but even had a big old belly. But when he talked and he get mad and he, you know, ready to do something, he had respect, dudes know, because he had put in work way before I met him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna push that thing, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, he from Richmond, so dudes they gonna push with him. So it's like he was like the OG or one of the OGs on there at the time, right? Now, the surprising thing about Bozo, the two things that stand out for me the most with Bozo was, I remember that white boy came in the pod that was from New Orleans or somewhere, and he was supposed to be rich. Like rich, like real people rich, like on the street rich. He had infinite money. So when you got a white dude in there, they got, you know what I'm saying, money like that, all the wolves is out. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no boy or nothing like that. He just was a nerdy white dude, old nerdy white dude. But he had that paper. And he was smart. He was like a business dude. So somebody had put him down with the parlay, so he started running the parlay. He could fund the parlay. I told you, you start a parlay, you already got to have some money. You know what I'm saying? In case you get hit, boom, boom, boom. He started a parlay. Bozo got in the car, and now Bozo is like pushing the joint. So Bozo is also the protection. You know what I'm saying? You mess with him, Bozo gonna send them wolves after you, did. I mean, he gonna send them at you. You know, because the white boy he slept downstairs. Bozo was all the way upstairs because Bozo had a single cell. So the white boy was down there, Bozo picking who go in the cell with him. Bozo already, you know, he just running everything because for the most part, Bozo is going to eat. He eat for free now. You know what I'm saying? All he got to do is keep dudes safe. He ain't got to pay for nothing. He ain't got to worry about no commissary. Dude got plenty of money. He ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, no cigarettes, no nothing. You know, this is when everybody was still smoking cigarettes. So he ain't got to worry about none of that because all he got to do is keep dudes safe. So like I say, he picked the dude that was in the cell with him, and I remember one time somebody had went in the cell when they was going to chow and, you know, took all his stuff. The white boy was loaded. He keep a lot of stuff. He go to the store every week. I spoke on this in another video. This is the same white boy that I say he had so much money that he used to give dudes money to go to the store to get the things he like. He liked the soda, so he might tell dude, he said, hey man, I get somebody $50 to give me a case of sodas. What? Cause he could, you know what I'm saying, to go to order stuff for him. So he could have racks and racks of sodas. So $50 for a case of sodas back then, a case of sodas might have been, I can't really remember, man. It wasn't no $50, I can tell you that. It might have been like $17, $18, $20, something like that. So everybody tried to jump on that deal, you know what I'm saying? And then dudes get to rumbling and beefing because they wanted to. No, man, you asked me first. I was, you know, all of this be breaking out when you're dealing with somebody with money. So it was known that he had that paper. So one day he was gone. They was going to chow or something, man. Somebody went there and took all his stuff. Man, Bozo, hey, the white boy, see, he ain't want the white boy to get scared and move in another block. He ain't want the white boy to feel like he gonna have pressure on him where Bozo can't keep the pressure off of him. He'll move to another block or he'll just check in. So Bozo got to demonstrate, man. Bozo said, dude, hey, man, who went in that cell, man? Hey, man, I'm telling you, who went in that cell? I need to know who went in that cell, man. I mean, somebody just let me know. That's all. I got you. Ain't no be no backlash or nothing. I got you. Man, so somebody got in his ear and whispered, it was set. Man, Bozo sent them dudes down, man, them dudes beat their brakes off, dude, in the park. I'm talking about, man, first dude walked up to him, dude was like, it was you? It was you? He was like, man, I ain't winning no cell, man. What you talking about? And Bozo say, man, go ahead, man. And the two dudes he had down there, the first dude just scooped them up, picked them up, and slammed them on the table. Bang! Other dude grabbed them, they pulled them off the table. They started putting feet on them. I mean, like, bang, bang, boom, boom, they stomping them out. You know what I'm saying? He covered all up and everything. Bozo said, all right, that's good. Go ahead. Yeah, get on up out here. You got to get up out here. We ain't doing no stealing up in here. We ain't doing no stealing up here. If you gangster, then take it. Just go in there and take it when somebody in there. We ain't doing no stealing up in the block. So he called his shots. He standing on the top tier just hollering out orders. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't doing no stealing in here, he don't care about no stealing. He care about you stealing from him. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that was going on, right? So, but you know, like I say, Bozo, he a cool dude. And he got this crazy laugh, man. He got the Eddie Murphy laugh. I'm telling you, he laughed like that. That's how he be laughing, right? So, like I say, he had that pull, though, so dudes respected him. So even if you come on an institution, a new institution, that's why I say people be getting caught up in what somebody look like or woo-woo-woo. Because like I say, Bozo don't look like no threat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his voice, he got a deep old voice. He got a deep voice. And he talk, you know what I'm saying, like he a man, like he's supposed to. But physically, you look at him, you be like, man, what he gonna do to me? Yeah. But that's how youngins be getting caught up because if you know, when you come on an institution, man, you can go by how the vibes is in the institution, how the energy is, how people view this person. If you see a lot of people going to this person back and forth doing this, then he had a little stove box thing going on too. You know he got some type of respect. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know what I'm saying? But the youngins coming here, they go on eyeballing. They go on eyesight. Oh, he look old, or he look like he ain't in shape or nothing. Man, I ain't worried about what he's saying. Woo. Well, you had to factor in how long he been locked up and he's still talking like that, so he ain't nobody shut his mouth. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nobody shut his mouth, so they don't think like that though. You know, so I can remember too now, Bozo, now, even though I explained to y'all his physical makeup, he did do something that surprised me, and I didn't even know that. Man, Bozo played tennis. Yes, on the farm was one of two. I think Augusta and the farm. Where else? Oh, Augusta, the farm, Nottoway. Only places I've been that had a tennis court, right? They had a tennis court. So on Powhatan, they played tennis. You know what I'm saying? So Bozo used to be like one of the best dudes on there in tennis, even with his big old Santa Claus belly. You know what I'm saying? So I remember another dude came on there, posted, said that he played tennis. He played, you know what I'm saying, in, college and all this other stuff, right? But he was older now too. Bozo was older too, older than me. You know what I'm saying, at the time. But then you got to think at that time, and on Powhatan, I'm like, at the most, like early 30s. You know what I'm saying? So Bozo might have been in his mid 40s. You know what I'm saying? So The other dude was about his age too, but he was like, he used to play. So him and Bozo get to going back and forth like, well, we gonna go out there and play. We gonna see. And they bet money. This is real deal, Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody do too much of anything in prison just for fun. Why? Because we in a place where it ain't no fun. It got to be some type of monetary gain. It got to be some type of hustle, some type of, you know what I'm saying, get money type. Ain't nobody got time to be doing nothing for free. You know what I'm saying? If that's just how it is in the penitentiary. If you can charge for looking at TV, somebody try to charge that. You know what I'm saying? As you see, when the games came in, now you got to pay to use the shower. Now you got to pay to use the phone. Now you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? By the time I left, they probably was charging the dudes to watch the day room TV. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling, because that's just the way the wave was going. But, so, they've been doing all this talking there until we go outside and they go play, you know what I'm saying, on the weekend. So, when the weekend come, go out there to play. So, they out there playing. There's some dudes around there watching. I was even watching. First, I was jogging laps. Then I stopped. Then I started watching. So, they playing a couple of games. But dudes smoking Bozo. And Bozo had been one of the best on the camp. I guess this dude won't snatch it. And I guess he could really play. He probably really did play like he said he did. And he was beating Bozo. So, you had 2 or 3 little young dudes on the side that they play too every now and then, and they joking and laughing. Oh, Bozo, you talked all that stuff, man. The man crushing you out there. Why? Yeah, oh, man, Bozo, you couldn't get that. Man, Bozo, you too heavy, man. You got to lose weight, man. All the kiki and the ha-ha. So Bozo told the jokers, man, mind your business, young. Mind your business, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead with that. Mind your business. He kept telling dudes still want to giggle and you know what I'm saying? So more and more people was getting around watching because they really getting it in. They playing tennis, man. This out here is a Saturday or something, man. It's nice. The weather is like summertime. And but dude was smoking Bozo boots, man. I don't think Bozo won the game. So bet back. Go ahead, bet back. We'll run another one. You know what I'm saying? So they done commandeered the whole tennis court. For real, can't nobody else really play. So the youngest that was joking, that's why he was really joking, because they wanted to get out there and try to play too, but they really couldn't play. They just were doing it to be doing. Probably was smoking that reefers all high and whatnot. So that's why they really antagonized, because they're like, man, y'all take up the whole joint, man. Y'all ain't let nobody else get on the joint, man. The man already beat you, Bozo. Man, go ahead on, man. Leave it alone. Bozo kept telling him, mind your business, young. I'm telling you, mind your business. He don't want to listen. He want to still keep picking and picking, right? So after the last game, which Bozo lost again, so Bozo was like, hey, young, man, you want to play, young? Come on, you play. You can play him then. Come on, you want to play? He was like, yeah, I can do better than you. All right, Bozo, all right, come on, you play. So Bozo started walking over towards him, so he started walking to Bozo. So Bozo got the rack in his hand, like he gonna give him the rack. So Bozo said, yeah, you go ahead and play him, man. Bop! Man, Bozo cracked that boy across the face with that corner of that racket, man. Blackout. Man, dude backed up and, man, he just started whopping him. Mock him. I said, good go. Man, he beat that joker with that racket, man. The whole racket done broke. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, whatever that is in there, the net, whatever it is, that twisted all up, the pieces broke up, and he whooping them with the joint. So his homeboy sitting there looking like they in, like, they shocked. They like, man, but you ain't doing that because, Bozo got them hitters out there. Bozo got them hitters out there, man. Man, Bozo whooped that dude with the tennis racket, man. I mean, whooped him bad, too, man. I'm talking about stomped down on him, and, man, I was like, man, I felt bad for him, you know what I'm saying? But he asked for it. See what I'm saying? That's them youngins not understanding who they dealing with, what they dealing with. They going on eyesight. They going on their young testosterone. He wasn't even anticipating that. He didn't even know that was coming. He thought it was okay and cool. Let me show you how to do this thing, Bozo. Let me show you how to whoop him. Man, then you got to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go to the hospital. Probably going to have to get your nose and everything else rearranged, get stitches all in your face and everything. Man, Bozo crushed him, bro. He was laying there bleeding like a hog. Bozo dropped the little racket, walked on off. You know what I'm saying? He got halfway around the yard, man, for But them people came up out of there, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they ended up locking him up. But he, you know what I'm saying? This is fun, man. You go back there to M Building. Bozo had so much pull. You know, he went back there, stayed back there a little couple of weeks, man, and brought him right back out, put him right back in position, right back. Bozo almost went in the same cell. And that's hard to do, to go in a single cell. When you lose a single cell, somebody else get that spot. But he came back, he went to a double cell, but he wasn't even in a double cell a good month. They put him right back up in the single cell. You know what I'm saying? So he had pull, man. He already had status on the compound. He done been there for decades. You know what I'm saying? People know who he is. Like Tuck. You know what I'm saying? He been there for decades, man. The administration know him. Half of the people that's lieutenants or wardens or majors or something like that, or assistant wardens, they was officers when Bozo was there probably. You know what I'm saying? So they done came up with him, so they know him. So it's a level of respect that you ain't gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like he telling or doing nothing like that, because he ain't even built like that. I ain't see none of that in him. It's just the level of respect that they got for him, because they know him. They done come up through the ranks with him. They done seen him, you know, and they know who he is, and it's a respect level. So, yeah, man, but I remember that day, man. Bozo beat that youngin' with that racket, man. Beat his face in with that racket for running his mouth, kikiing and ha-haing and thinking everything was sweet. You know what I'm saying? Everything, hey, look, everything glitter ain't gold. Every closed eye ain't sleep, you know? And everything ain't what it looked like. But a lot of youngins come in that prison, man, and they look at these old dudes and they misjudge these old dudes, i.e. the same thing with Spook does. You know what I'm saying? I.e. same thing Bo was going through at the end. You know, they don't know who they dealing with. And then he got a name like Bozo. Then he a big light-skinned joker. Then he got a big old belly. So they looking at him like, man, who is this Bozo? You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? You really don't want to know. So, man, that was crazy, crazy work right there. But, you know, I done seen things like that unfold over and over again, and it never gets to the point where these youngins know it. I see it on every different institution I go on. It's always going to be a youngin that's going to be made an example by an old head, man, that he done underestimated. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't take heed to the warning signs, because they going to give you warning signs. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact that if they give it to you like in a regular monotone voice, you think they scared. But it's not that. They just settled in. They know who they are. They know what they will do. They know what they capable of. But you misread that. And he kept telling, man, your business, young. Go ahead, man, your business. We gambling, man. We gambling, man. You know what I'm saying? You gambling, you don't play with dudes in the penitentiary when they gambling anyway. That's number one. Number one, before that, number one is you definitely don't play with nobody that's gambling and they losing. You know what I'm saying? Because they already irritated and frustrated, and they looking for an outlet. And you going to be that outlet. 9 times out of 10, you going to be that outlet. You know what I'm saying? You don't joke with people. You don't play with them. You don't do none of that when dudes is gambling, man. Money involved, man. Mind your business. If anything, you look from a distance and you keep your mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? But he learned that the hard way, man. And I'm quite sure that was a lesson that he took with him for the rest of his life, man. Because, yeah, he definitely had to go up over there and go to outside medical. You know what I'm saying? And Bozo went back there, laid it down for a minute. Probably was back there smoking and joking. Probably back there smoking and joking, eating good. You know, he put some dudes on the whiteboard to make sure anybody mess with the whiteboard. You know what I'm saying? He protected his investment. And he eventually made it back the way he was at. You know what I'm saying? But every now and then, that's probably what he felt. I gotta set the example. You know what I'm saying? I gotta set the example. I gotta put this work in myself. And that's what he did, man. So, yeah, man. But anyway, man, shout out to Bozo, RIP to Bozo, man. One of the Richmond legends, man. Real talk. So, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, man. I talk back. Big love, TBP Nation. We out here, man. I'm getting ready to get on the road in a minute. Hopefully, I got to understand how I'm going to take this computer or whatever so I can keep the content coming or keep it, you know, while I'm gone, because I'm going to be gone for probably about a week. So, hey, man, I'll be there, though, even if it ain't nothing but live. Let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation, stand up, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and bam. Duck them hooks, man, because they out there, man. And mind your business. The banking special. Yeah, pure delicious. out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.